Hi, everyone. This is Gail Queen. I'm here to help you with topic 2, discussion question 2. I had a few questions about that in the discussion forum in Halo, so I wanted to make sure to help you with any confusion you may have here. All right, so this is what it looks like when you open the Excel file for T2 DQ2. So you need to put your name in the blue box. So I'm going to click in here. I'm just going to type in solutions. But you would type in your actual name. But once you enter your name, hit, click enter, notice how these cells filled in over here. And depending on your name and the information will be different. Mine says in this box down here in cell B15, find the CPI value for December 2018. But yours may be a different month and a different year. It depends on what your name is, and it autofills. So just look for the appropriate month and year. Be sure that you don't just copy what I'm doing in this video. Make sure it's appropriate for the month and year in your own worksheet. Okay, what you need to do is follow the directions that are in this box. So this box that says part 1, it tells you step by step exactly what to do to get the information from the internet and fill in to the green boxes. So these 2 green boxes here and these 2 green boxes over here in column F. If you need to print this page so that you have these directions that you can follow, but I'll show you what it says. Step number 1, go to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics page, and it gives you the link for that page. So you can copy that link and paste it into a web browser, or you can simply click the link here in this blue box that says CPI values. Now, when you click that, it's going to open the Bureau of Labor Statistics page, right? And you're going to get some information from that page, but you've got to follow the rest of the directions to get the data. So click on that, and it will open up this website. Let me find where I have it. So when you click on that blue box, it'll open up your your internet and open up this site. All right, so the second direction, if you go back to your Excel sheet, I'm not going to flip-flop back and forth. I'm only going to do that when I need to. But the second direction says, check the box to the left of U.S. city average all items. So if we look down here, the very first box right here says U.S. city average all items. Click the box. Step number 3 from the Excel directions, hit the retrieve data button at the bottom of the list. Scroll down to the bottom of the list, click retrieve data. Step number 4, record the CPI value, the appropriate CPI value, into the green cell in your Excel sheet. All right, so I'm going to scroll down here and you see this whole table of numbers. These are the CPI values. So in your Excel sheet, you were asked to find the CPI value for a particular month and a particular year. So mine, I'm going to flip back. We're going to go back and forth for a second. All right, so here's my Excel sheet again. So checking again, this first green box, it says find the number for December of 2018. So you need to go back to that table, find the row for the year 2018, and go all the way over till it says December, and whatever number that is, you need to type it into this box. So if you've got, you can kind of toggle back and forth from your Excel to your internet. I have to do it in a more cumbersome method here in the video. All right, so I'm looking for December of 2018. So I go down to the row 2018, and then I go across until I get to December. And here is the number that I'm looking for, December of 2018. So you can either copy it and paste it in, or you can jot it down and just type the number into Excel. So it's 251 decimal point 233. All right, so I'm going to go back to Excel. And I'm going to go to that top green box there for December 2018, and I'm going to type in 251.233. Enter. Now, when I hit enter, notice how the font turned green. That tells me I have the right number. If your font doesn't turn green, something is wrong, okay? Now, also I notice on the second column over here, on column F, the top box says find the CPI value for December of 2018. It's the same number. It's the same month, same year, same number. So type in 251.233. All right, so green again, we know we did it right. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go back and get the other 2 numbers for these green boxes. All you're doing is going back and forth and putting the appropriate numbers in these boxes. Okay, now I've got all the numbers typed in there from the chart. So we're done with the chart and now everything else is in Excel. All right, so in the yellow box here, it says, type in the 3-year inflation rate R based on CPI values from December 2018 and December 2021. All right, now there is a formula to do this. And you're going to type in an Excel formula in that yellow cell to calculate this interest rate for you. To know what formula to use, if you'll just look at the box, the cell right beside that yellow box, it says new divided by original minus 1. That's the formula you use to get your interest rate. So what is new and what is original? Well, you can think about it new and original. It could also be new and old, if you like. So look at my 2 green boxes up here. The top box has December 2018. That is the original or the older number. Then the second green box says December 2021. That is clearly the newer number. So there's an older number and a newer number, an original number and a new number. So all I'm going to do is use these 2 entries with this formula right here. So click in the yellow box and you're going to hit an equal sign. The equal sign tells Excel that you're about to enter a formula. So make sure you click equal. Then it wants the new number. That was the bottom cell here. I'm not going to type in the literal number itself. I'm going to use my mouse and I'm going to click on the cell where the new number is. Okay, the new number is 2021 number. New divided by, so hit your divided by key and then click on the older number, the cell where the older number is, and then do minus 1 on your keyboard. Hit enter, and there's your interest rate, okay? Now, one thing in the directions here, it does say format the CPI values as numbers with 3 decimals. We already did that. They were in 3 decimal format from the table. And then it says, format the inflation rate as a percentage with 2 decimal places. It looks like the sheet is already set for that, but if you need to adjust, you can always go and change the number of decimals here, up or down. But I think it's formatted correctly, so you shouldn't have any trouble with that. But I did want to let you know that what they're telling you in the cell right next to the yellow cell is they're giving you the formula you need to use, okay? All right, so I hope that makes sense. Now we're going to go on down. I'm going to let you do this one on your own. Okay, it's very, very similar. So go over and do the column F yellow box on your own. Now, part 2. Part 2 says based on the inflation rates, based on this inflation rate I just did, 10.97%, if you made $14 an hour in December of 2018, how much should you make in December 21 to keep up with inflation? In other words, what would my new hourly rate need to be to keep up with the inflation rate? Okay, so keep in mind, my directions say $14 an hour in December of 2018. Yours might say a different number. Make sure you're reading the directions in your own spreadsheet, okay? All right, so minus 14. So it says right here in the green box, hey, what's the hourly rate in December of 2018? That's in the question itself, $14 an hour. So all I have to do is type in 14, enter. There's my green font. I know I did it right. Now, down below it says, what would my new hourly rate need to be for adjusted inflation? So I need to use a formula to do this. Well, what formula do I need? Well, in this worksheet, the formula is in the cell right beside. Okay, so there's my formula. So it says take P, the principal or the starting amount, and notice how up here in this box it says December 2018 hourly rate. In parentheses, it says, hey, this is the number P. This is your starting number P. So when you've got the P down here in the formula, it's going to be the $14. So we're going to type in, P times parentheses 1 plus R. R is the inflation rate. That's up here in this other yellow box. All right, so when we type this into Excel, click on the yellow box, hit the equal sign. They want me to do P. So click on this, the green cell with 14 times, hit your times button on your computer there. Type the opening parenthesis 1 plus, and now I need to put in R. So go up here to the box where the interest rate is and click your mouse, close the parentheses and hit enter. There's your hourly, your new hourly wage, what it would need to be adjusted for inflation. All right, the bottom box says, what is the projected weekly income? So if you notice on part two, it says, how much money would that be a week if you work 40 hours a week? In other words, if I make this new hourly wage, $15.54 an hour, how much am I going to make if I work 40 hours? That's what they want in the bottom box. So we would do equal, click on this hourly rate, and then do times 40, because I'm working 40 hours. Hit enter. There's my weekly projection, okay? All right, so when we come over here to this second column, you're going to type in the yellow box. You're going to use your formula and type that in. You've got an old amount, the December 2018 amount, and a new amount, the December 2019 amount. This interest rate is going to be the adjusted inflation rate for 1 year. Over in the first column, it was an adjusted inflation rate for 3 years. All right, so that's the difference between them. Then you're going to use that interest rate, the one that you calculate for 1 year, and you're going to come down here and you're going to project a new hourly rate based on the 1 year inflation rate that you did. You're going to use this formula right here. It is a little bit different because you have to do P times parenthesis 1 plus R cubed. So you do have to type in the exponent. So use a caret symbol and type in a 3. And you're also going to be sure to use this interest rate over here. Now, the principal amount, P, is still that same $14. Whatever number you have in that green box right here is your P. So we would do equal, you would click on P, open times, open parenthesis 1 plus this interest rate, close the parentheses, do the caret symbol and 3, and then hit enter. And then you would multiply that number by 40 to give you the weekly rate there. All right, so I'm hoping that's given you some insight. Maybe it cleared up whatever the confusion was. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have more questions. Just, talk to me in Halo and I'll be glad to help. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great evening.